monkey back or what? So parents, it is prom time, and that of course means big hair, overpriced foo-foo dresses, wrist corsages, and time for you really to start wondering, what are my kids really planning to do on prom night? Now, if you want your kids to have a good time, be safe, and also realize there is the potential for things to maybe get out of hand, you don't want to miss today's show. We'll hear from prom-bound students who are ready to reveal what really happens on their big night. We'll also show you how to make this expensive night more affordable, along with some amazing prom makeovers that you won't believe. Let me see if I can interrupt here. Chris, may I borrow your prom date for just a moment? TV's Jenna Von Oy from Blossom, everybody. Now, both on the show and in real life, you've got prom night coming up. That's right. Now, can it really get wild, Jenna?
It can get wild if you let it, yes.
And should the parents out there really be worried?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Well, you're going to give us the inside line, though, on what really goes on.
I will give the do's and don'ts.
There you go. So grab a date, everybody. You're about to learn how to survive prom night. Stay with us. This is going to be such a good time today. We've got a lot of really fun stuff planned for you, and prom time is here. And along with all the thrills and the excitement that go along with this fun event, there is also the potential, the very real potential for conflict between parents and teenagers. Now, you know your own kids best, but I think you really need to pay close attention to what our guests have to say today. Okay, I'd like you to meet Carrie, Chris, Louise, and Jackie. These young women and men are all anxious to go to their proms, and they're here today to tell what really goes on their big night. So please welcome all of them to the show, won't you? Hi, everybody.
How you doing?
I must tell you, I do feel like the prom night chaperone, so you can just call me Miss Leeza, no problem. Now, you're all from different schools, and I should point out right away that you are not each other's prom date. Right. So we're going to hear a lot of different points of view. Typically, we hear about prom night, and unfortunately, we associate that night with a lot of big drinking. Is there a lot of alcohol?
Yeah,
Yes.
there's a lot.
Yeah. Do most people feel some kind of, I don't know, is it pressure to drink so you can really party down on prom night?
I think it depends on the individual, because I don't see a lot of pressure from like your friends telling you to drink. They don't go, oh Chris, you know, you have to drink, let's go out, you have to do it. I think it's more of a personal thing that most people do it because they think they have to fit in. Because if you don't, you won't be like everyone else.
So there are some people who do it on prom night who really don't drink any other time of the year.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Either you drink or you don't. And then either you make it a social occasion just for prom night, or you've been doing it for many weekends at a time, every weekend party on and off. It's not like a lot of people that I see drinking at prom are the same people that drink every weekend. I see them at parties all the time, the same people that are drinking. So it's not a lot of new people drinking. It's mostly, just a big party.
Yeah.
But can't you party and have a good time without that? I mean, this is a big night that everybody wants to remember, and if you're totally wasted, I mean, how can you have a special memory of your prom night if you really weren't even there?
Yeah, but it's a night when people feel they can let loose and they feel grown up, and they feel tonight they can drink and act like the adults because they're all dressed up and they look really old, and they feel like that's the thing to do when you go out and get dressed up. Right.
Are there designated drivers?
Yeah, normally there is. A lot of people rent limos or get a bus for everyone, and normally there is, I think.
What about drugs?
Drugs? Yeah, that's like, I would say about 60% of my senior class drinks on prom night, but then a lot more of the percentage is higher in drugs. Like, 40% is the rest of the 40% is just drugs, just other type of drugs. Like, they either do, acid, or they'll eat shrooms, or, do marijuana.
Like at the prom, where do you go? To the bathroom or something to do this?
It's usually not at the prom. It's afterwards when you might rent a hotel room or have a party afterwards.
I think it's totally before prom, like at dinner or stuff. And like, I know people that one of my friends, his dad works at the airlines and gets the little bottles of liquor, and he brought it right in and just put it in the drinks while everyone was eating and stuff like that. So it was like a big social occasion, and you had to you get totally messed up before the prom, so you peak right when you get there, and you can dance and be all crazy. But you have to act sober around administrators, and you know, just in case they have that little scare about throwing you out and stuff.
What about sex? You talk about people getting hotel rooms. Clearly, your administrators and your chaperones are not there when you got a hotel room for the night.
True.
What's the idea behind that? Just an after party, or is there an expectation that a lot of people are going to get it?
Well, I think a lot of people are some partiers, and some people get their rooms on their own. But majority of people, if they're going to drink and party, they'll get like a whole chain of hotel rooms together, so you can like open the door and it's like one long party all down the hall, you know. And either a lot of people are like just want to be secluded and just want to have sex, but I don't see a lot of people, you know, having sex like all over when you're partying. You just have to step over them or something, you know. So.
Yeah. I usually see it in relationships. If you've got a couple who's been around for a while, they're usually the ones who are going to make it like a special night where they want to go off and have sex in another room. If you're in a big party, you're not going to just hop off into the bedroom or something and do it.
Louise, is that your experience too, what you think?
Yeah, in my experience, I think that I go to an all-girls school, and normally it's not the girls running the hotel rooms. So for me, I don't think it would be much of a problem because it's normally the guys that go out and rent the hotel rooms. And if they're kind of got the reputation for being a player or something like that, then they're the ones that are going to be expecting things like that.
Now, let me just sound like your parents for a minute. It seems to me that to have a sexual experience with someone on a prom night, when you, according to what you say, you may either be drunk or drugged up, to have an intimate experience with someone in a situation like that is just kind of tarnishing the whole thing. And why is that something you'd want to remember? Why is that a way that you would want to express your feelings for another person?
I think it's really just the expectation of it all. You know, people are expected to like lose their virginity or go out and have sex on prom night, and I think that's a lot of times why people will do it.
So you go into it knowing that that's maybe at the end of the rainbow?
Right, right.
Do your parents have any idea that this is what maybe goes on? Because I think if parents really knew that this was the story, that they might say, okay, you can't go.
Yeah, I think it's like parents only know to a certain point. Like you can tell them, you know, maybe some kids will tell their parents, yeah, we're just going to go out and maybe have a few drinks after. And then the parents don't know as far as, you know, as that's concerned because, you know, they won't talk to anybody else besides that. And then other parents' kids will say, or other kids' parents will say, like, you know, well, you know, what are you going to do after, you know? And they'll be like, well, you know, we're just going to go hang out. We're no drinking involved or anything. But then most of the times, kids, you know, people that I know, my friends that I know they drink and stuff, that's mostly what they'll tell them. And they'll end up with a different clique, and they'll end up going out and drinking and getting wasted and stuff.
Okay, I got to break away, but for the guys now, you spend so much money on this night. I mean, the girls do too, but theoretically you're spending extra money on dates. Is there sort of the feeling that you spend more money, you expect something from your date?
I think it depends on who your date is.
Yeah.
But not
Okay,
well, not
parents get to know your son's dates.
not to say anything bad about the girls, but if you're in a relationship with someone, like I said before, you might think it's going to happen, but if you're just a friend going to prom with another friend, nothing's going to happen. Or if it's just someone you asked because you've liked for a long time, anything could happen.
I feel it's like the girl's aware about it, but the guy's expecting it, and it's all totally open about that, but it's all up to the girl.
The girls, see, that is what's wrong with our culture. It should not be all up to the girl. It's not up to the girl. You know, it's two people in a relationship. I mean, they always say, well, the girl has the power to say no.
Yeah.
But the guys also have some self-control, too. And right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, I just want to thank you all for being here. You all look great, and we're going to talk some more. We're going to have some fun. And next, we're going to bring out Blossom star Jenna Von Oy. She's going to tell us how to talk to your teens about the stuff we've been talking about, you know, alcohol and sex, and make sure that prom night is safe and fun for everybody. So stay with us. We will be right back. It's easy to see why parents are concerned about what goes on at prom night, because before we went to commercial break, you saw a statistic on the screen which showed that 60% of all the alcohol-related deaths occur between prom night and graduation. And I should say our guests today are from Los Angeles, but this is a nationwide problem, and I've got to admit to being a little bit naive about it. I mean, I'm feeling very old, you guys, but when I was in high school, it really, I mean, it just didn't, either it wasn't going on, I'm sure it wasn't to this extent, and also I was just kind of out of the loop a little bit. So I'm getting a real education here today, and it goes on. My next guest stars as the funky, fast-talking, and fashionable Six on the hit NBC series Blossom. They've got a big prom episode coming up where she shows us some fancy footwork as well, and I wanted to show you what that looks like. So here's a clip. She's here to tell parents how to talk to their teens about some important prom issues. So please welcome Jenna Von Oy. Hi, Jenna. Now, you told me earlier that you are going to the prom in real life?
Yes, I will be going to the prom.
Will you be doing those moves?
No, I will not.
So I feel sorry for your date trying to keep up. So these are all very real issues for you as well.
Oh, of course. I mean, this is something, I've never been to prom before. I'll be going to my junior prom. And so this is something, you know, I've kind of taken into consideration and developed ideas about over time as I've listened to other people and their personal experiences and whatnot.
It gets to be a big hype. And we've heard these guys talk about there's such an expectation level going on that it seems to me you would all feel an awful lot of pressure. You know, you got to look great, you got to have a great date and a great dress, and you got to be hip, and there's the drinking and the whole package.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people, not even some people, but most people probably start planning a long time in advance. They've got to think about the dress, and that's something, you know, mothers deal with their daughters for months and months to come. I promise I know this from personal experience. And in fact, my dress today is from a company called Roberta, and they provided me with this dress, so I was kind of lucky in that way. I got a little break there. But of course, there's who's paying for the tickets and who you're going with and what's going to happen afterwards. And it's very important that parents and kids establish standards, I think, ahead of time so that they have a little communication there as to what's going on.
Okay, did you talk to your mom about your upcoming prom night?
Oh, yeah, and we're not done talking yet, I promise.
What's she worried about?
My parents trust me because we have a very, very close-knit relationship, and whenever I've gone anywhere, be it, you know, a school dance, or just to a friend's house or whatever, I have a system that my mom and I have where I call whenever my plans change. And that way she knows where I am and doesn't have to worry. For a lot of parents and kids, it's not like that.
Well, and then the trust level has been violated because you have kids like Jackie told us about who will tell their parents to just lie and say, look, we're going out, and, you know, there's not going to be drinking, we're not going to be in a hotel, we're just going to be at somebody's house with some friends.
Right, well, parents also can't expect their kids to come to them and say, okay, this is what I'm doing, you know. I think it's something that parents really need to set with their kids and say, okay, look, I'd really like to know what's going on because I care about you and I care what happens to you. And, you know, I mean, there's so many things that can happen and will happen if you don't set some ideas.
Okay, so let's say that a teenager comes clean with mom and says, look, I'm going to be at a party. A lot of my friends are going to be having sex. There will be drugs there, and there'll be a lot of alcohol. What, you know, gee, how should mom handle that?
Well, I mean, I can't say parents be lenient or don't be lenient because that's completely up to them. For kids, honesty is important, and chances are a child's not going to say, look, Mom, I'm going to go do all this stuff, you know, because they know their parents are automatically going to say, no way, you know. I know mine would. But I think it's more or less saying, look, I plan on going to a party afterwards. If there's alcohol there, I know what my limit is, and, you know, I may have a couple of drinks, but if I do that, I won't drive. We will set a designated driver, or I'm staying at this friend's house and I will get a ride with them. And if something does happen that doesn't work out, that they feel comfortable enough with their parents that they can call and say, come pick me up. and parents need to give them that opportunity.
To have an out.
Exactly.
This night gets to be very expensive. How many people have bought your dress? Are you going to the prom? You bought your dress yet? Not yet. It's a lot of money. And when we come back, we're going to get into that. We're going to teach you how to deal with the high cost of prom and show you some spectacular prom makeovers that we've been working on. But next, we're going to hear what our audience has to say, so we'll take it out to you just as soon as we come back. Prom night, and I got to tell you, you guys were talking about, oh, we had these limos and the hotel rooms and all that. We did not have that when I was going to proms. Did you go to your proms? Stand up. Did you go to your high school prom?
I went to 6.
So you went to 6 proms with the same guy?
No, 6 different fellas.
Did you? Now tell the truth. Now we would probably make out in somebody's car. We'd sneak around behind the chaperones, and there may have been somebody, ooh, smoking or drinking a 6-pack, but you guys are laughing at me. I'm not that old. I'm telling you, it was not. Was it that way for you?
No, it really wasn't. And something that Louise said, in fact, all the lovely young adults that you have up there were talking about getting ready for the prom, and they said they wanted to be grown up, they wanted to be adult, and then immediately went into a discussion on alcohol. And I'm a product of the 70s. I'm a 70s generation, and I'm actually old enough to be your parent. And I wonder how many of you have talked to your parents about what they did and when they started drinking and when they started experimenting with drugs and when they started having sex. Because all of you talk about what you're telling your parents, but ask them some questions too. I think our generation is reaping what we've sowed. The 70s.
Good point. I think you may be absolutely right. Have you talked to your parents about it?
A little bit.
Yeah.
You have, Chris?
Yeah, I have, but it seems like society's really different. I can talk to my mom about things like these, and she'll tell me stories, but they're not the same as today. It's just the way society's different and the kids as a whole. I don't think it's more because of what they did. I think it's just because of the way the world is. Kids today are more free, I guess. We're just more liberal. We do what we want to do, I guess. And
Yeah, but doesn't every generation say that the kids are doing what they want to do? I mean, when we were kids, it was like we were going to do our own thing, and there was all that, we were like, it was free love and free sex, and it was the real experimental time. Go ahead.
Do you guys plan to do alcohol or drugs and plan to tell your parents?
Yeah.
Now, hang on, I got to go back here. Okay, the answer was yes, you plan to do it, and yes, you plan to tell your parents?
Yeah.
And I just want to know, were you all applauding because he was doing it? Stand up, because you were going, yeah, okay, what was that about?
I don't know, at least he was honest, because most people aren't honest. They just do it.
And then they lie to their parents?
Right. You ain't gonna tell your parents because they're gonna find out a way to try to stop you.
But how do you expect your parents to trust you and give you more freedom to do more things if you lie to them?
Well, as long as they don't find out about the lying.
Oh, parents find out.
They always find out. I mean, don't you think that's wrong, like not to tell your parents?
Yeah, it's wrong, but you have to think about that. Is it worth risking your relationship with your parents to just have fun a lot and stuff?
For one night.
Right.
And is it worth it?
I don't know. It depends. I think it'd be worth it.
I have to say that,
Jenna, go ahead.
I have to say that, first of all, honesty is the best policy, both as far as the kids go and as far as the parents go. If your parents trust you and you lie to them, you're going to let that trust down and they're never going to let you do anything again anyway. So chances are, if you tell them the truth the first time around, then you've got a better chance the second time.
And they're going to allow you to be in situations where they're going to trust that you are responsible for your actions and that you have the knowledge to handle yourself. So they're going to feel like, I think they can trust you in more situations and you get to do more things. You don't buy this?
I just want to say, by the time you're old enough to go to prom, you know whether or not you can lie to your parents about what you're going to do. So, you know.
a lot of rationalizing going on to me. I think your parents get it. I think they probably get it a lot more than you would hope, actually. Next, how to help your son or daughter deal with the devastation. Imagine prom time is here, you don't have a date. We'll talk about it when we come back. On the next, Leeza, dying to be thin. At one point, you got down to like 85 pounds.
Yes, I was 30 pounds lighter than I am now. I was just so afraid that someone was going to hurt me again. And I thought if I was skinny, that no guy would look at me. No one would think I was attractive.
All on the next Leeza. Today, we're talking about the prom. The prom, I mean, it should be a school highlight, but it can put some real pressure on your kids. And here with some suggestions to solving problems is your prom magazine director. I never knew there was this magazine. Linda Platzner is here. Please welcome her to the show. This is a very big deal. There should be a magazine. Sure. Absolutely. Can we start off with, you know, it's interesting to me in listening to the audience and the young adults that we have on the stage. It just seems to me that they're taking this very lightly. Almost just an assumption of, oh yeah, it's going on, and if you tell your parents, then it's somehow okay, but
Legitimate.
The reality is, I mean, a lot of kids won't make it past their prom night.
Right, this is a big deal. People should take this seriously. You know, there's a lot of pressure from their friends and that night, and I know that. Everybody knows that. But your friends aren't going to come to the hospital and visit you if you're in the hospital from a terrible accident. They'll come once or twice, but time takes over their lives too. It's really something that needs to be addressed as a family and with your friends and make some very serious decisions up front. I think to go into this without a course of action is not a good idea. You really need to talk about this before.
Yeah, let me get back here and get some questions from our audience, Linda. Okay, go ahead.
Just out of curiosity, I wanted to know, Jenna, who are you taking to the prom?
Well, hopefully the guy that I am seeing right now, if he's available, and if not, my prom will be in Connecticut, which is where I'm from originally. So we'll probably just go as a big group of friends and whatnot.
Didn't you meet your boyfriend doing an interview for a magazine?
Yeah, actually, I did.
And are girls asking guys in equal numbers as guys asking girls?
Oh, yeah. I think it's, a lot of people end up going to the prom as friends just so there's no commitment in the end.
Go ahead.
I have a question for everyone on the panel. How do you get the courage to ask a person to the prom? Aren't you afraid of rejection or something?
You just got to go all or nothing. See where she says yes or no.
Linda, what if you do have a son or daughter who doesn't have a date? How do you handle that and make it a fun night anyway?
The good news is you do. You have a lot of options. You don't have to wait for that guy to ask you out anymore. The trend is that girls are asking, and that feels really fun. We have a different approach than the guys. We don't quite go for it that way. If you have enough time and you have your eye on somebody, you should really talk with him, take your time, talk about life and what's going on, and then kind of ease into the prom. You know, what do you think about prom? Are you going? If that doesn't work, usually you have the same friends. Girlfriends are great. They'll put the word out for you really quickly, and you get some immediate feedback if you can't go right for it. And if you don't have a boyfriend, friends are absolutely what's happening now. You go as a group. This is, as I said before, about being with your friends. And the girls are going with other girls. This is just something that shouldn't be missed. That's the only option you shouldn't opt for.
Is staying home.
Absolutely. Don't blow this. This is a wonderful time. This can be a lot of fun. There are serious things, but this is great. This is a party. Don't stay home because you don't have a date.
not a night for false pride. I mean,
no,
there's no shame in
not.
going with a group and just hanging out. And
Right.
I want to stay out in the audience and get more questions from you. And when we get back, I want to pick it up with how much money you spend on this night. I mean, it's the limo and the flowers and the dress and the hair salon and the whole thing. So we'll talk about it when we come back. can talk to me about how much money you spend on this thing. Okay, go ahead, stand up.
Last year, I got asked to prom by a girl, and I had to spend $400, and she asked me 5 days before prom.
Now, why did you have to spend $400? What was that on?
Limo, flower, corsage, hotel room, alcohol, because I'm it. What else? I already said that. Everything, the prom itself. It's like
Now, she asked you, was she willing to pay for some of it?
Well, we just split it because, it would be a lot,
Oh, you did split it. Go, stand up, get into this with me.
Well, yeah, like the new thing now is that girls and guys are now splitting the money, between them, because like I think girls now are just like they're wanting to feel more kind of like, I mean, I don't want to say like, kind of like liberated almost, because I mean, not like that, but I mean, they don't want to feel, I think girls now, they don't want to feel like, okay, well, the guy's going to do everything for me, they want some say in what they're going to get out of prom and everything now.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. Carrie, for instance, when you go to the prom, how much will you spend on your dress and shoes and the whole thing?
My dress, well, since I kind of want an original, so like I don't get caught up with wearing the same dress at prom.
God forbid.
So I'll probably rent mine. It'll be about $150 to $200.
Rent it?
Rent.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. But still, $150 for one night, and then you got to give it back?
Yeah, but it saves you the cost of people like, oh, that girl has my dress on. Like it kind of.
Oh, you can just never live with that kind of shame.
No, never.
But now, where does a teenage girl get $150 to rent a dress?
Their parents, of course.
Your parents?
Or if you don't have parents, hold a bake sale on the corner or something. Like get a dress fund, anything. Just raise that money.
I just don't remember my parents being willing to bankroll that. I mean, I think we had a budget, and anything beyond the budget, I would have to work overtime. If I wanted a killer dress that was beyond what seemed reasonable, I had to put in some hours. Is that what goes on?
Oh, absolutely. There are a lot of people contributing to this event. The parents, the girl. These young people have extraordinary jobs all year. They start babysitting at the beginning of the year. They work at clothes stores, record stores. Is it still record store? After. And they really earn a lot of money, all focused on this one event. And as far as spending $150 to $200 for one night, I have strong feelings on that. There are other ways to combat walking into a room with the same dress staring at you. If you go to your local store, there's always a prom specialty store. They keep incredible records on what's been sold to who, and they take care of you and they make sure it fits. There are a lot of concerns about how this dress fits at night. You're dancing, you're partying, you want to feel really great, and I would prefer to see you spend that money on your own dress at a reputable store that's keeping good records than renting one.
Louise, what are you doing for your dress?
Well, I'm thinking of borrowing a friend's dress because I've seen all my friends' dresses at various dances, and I love them. And you save so much money doing it that way, and you know that they're not going to be wearing it because you're wearing it, and it's just an easy way to go. I mean,
okay, go ahead.
At our school, I don't know if any of your schools are doing this, but after prom this year, we're going to have like an after party where it's supervised by the parents and stuff, and it kind of saves a lot of money too. I don't know if I'll be going to that because I don't know if I want to stay there the whole time, but I was just wondering if you guys would maybe use that as an alternative to like going to the
Probably
hotel.
Not. Just gotta go out and.
I know that my friends are going to go to some super party, with parents, all right, when they can tell you what to do, don't jump on the beds, don't do this, don't do that. Why live with all those limitations when you can just go crazy with your friends in another room?
I know we got comments. We'll get to you in just a few minutes, but I want you to stand by because, what we have for you next. We sent a Hollywood hairstylist, wardrobe designer out with 3 prom-bound young women, and they are looking fine. We'll show you the makeovers next. Do you have a secret crush on your repairman, your auto mechanic, or gardener? You always had a fantasy of telling your mailman just how you feel. Call us or fax in your story, and you might be a guest on our show. This audience has been giving me a hard time. Can we just come over here a second? Stand up, you guys. No, tell them what you were asking during commercial break.
Are you a hippie? Or were you a hippie?
Was I a hippie?
And did you wear bell bottoms?
Trust me, I was not a hippie. I did wear bell bottoms. Neither one of you would have ever dated me at the prom. Trust me on that. But the major question, even in my day, for the prom, has got to be what am I going to wear and how am I going to do my hair? Well, we found 3 really beautiful girls who were stressing about their prom appearance. We took them shopping over at the Century City Shopping Center, and here's a look at what went on.
Hi, I'm Crystal, and I'm 17, and I'm a senior. And this year for prom, I want something other than the traditional black dress. I'm Amanda, and I'm 17, and I'm a junior. And this year for prom, I'm not exactly sure what I want, but I know I want something elegant and very glamorous. Hi, my name is Katisha, and I'm a senior in high school, and this year for prom, I want something memorable and sophisticated. Is it me? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh.
I don't think my mom's going with us to prom.
But it's an early call date.
It looks like they had a great time. Now, I hooked them up with wardrobe designer Jane Anderson and Hollywood hairstylist Catherine Crimp. There they are. They did great work. We've got some amazing prom makeovers to share with you. So let's start, Jane, let's start with you. What should these girls be looking for with prom dresses?
What is fundamental is to take the time to think about what you like best and what you like least in style and color, what you would enjoy wearing, what you'd feel most comfortable in, and if anything makes you feel self-conscious, avoid it at all costs in style or color. Beauty will always speak through comfort.
And wear what you want to wear, not to please your parents and friends.
That's a good part of it.
Yeah. So, Catherine, everybody talks about what to do with their hair. Now, is prom night, there's so much, you know, hype around it. Is this a good time to try something new and take a big hairdo risk?
Well, I don't think prom time is the time to do that. I think if you want to make a change in your look before your prom, it's a good idea to do something that's a little more temporary. You know, change your makeup or different earrings or something. Or you could even set some time aside and go into your salon, have your hairdresser give you a blow-dry lesson or put your hair up and take a Polaroid so you can remember how it looked. But I think really it's important to not do anything too risky.
So you're saying you can really rehearse your hairstyle?
Oh, yeah. You can, yeah, you should. In fact, it's probably a good idea to make that decision a week before prom time, because then you've got it in your mind, you've worked out anything that, you know, doesn't feel comfortable, and, you know, you get out there and you feel confident and you have a great time.
You two had fun with these girls, didn't you?
Oh, it was a lot of fun.
See, Jane and Catherine work with me sometimes, and they do incredible work, so I can't wait to see what they've done. So let's see the picture of Amanda before. Here's what she looked like. And let's bring out Amanda ready for the prom. Yeah. Whoa. Turn around, Amanda. Let's see. Whoa, that's very glam. Wow. Jenna is knocked out by this dress.
The sides are beautiful with the trail coming down in the back.
A very dramatic entrance.
Yeah.
Okay, score on that one. We love that. All right, let's see now Katisha's picture before she arrived, before she rather had her makeover. Here's Katisha in her casual look, and now here is Katisha's prom situation. Wow. Katisha. Wow. Well, how glamorous do you feel?
Good.
And Catherine, can you turn around? Can the camera get a close-up of her hair? Turn around. Look at this hair.
That's absolutely beautiful.
Her hair is sort of braided in the back. How'd you do that, Catherine?
You know, I just started, and that was what I came up with.
Because it's so sophisticated with that dress.
Yeah, I thought with the dress, a lot of times, if you have a real slimming, closely cut, tailored dress, it's a good idea to do the similar thing with the hair.
Because with Amanda's, which is fuller, you did...
It's a more kind of playful, you know, fun, and so the more tousled look is more appropriate for that dress. So.
Okay, thanks, Katisha. Now, Crystal here's what she looked like when Crystal went on her shopping spree. And here is Crystal ready for prom night. My gosh. Crystal, that is really elegant. Jane, that's a very mature dress.
Yes. Well, I think she wears it very well, though, and that's a good part of it. Are you not very comfortable in that? And it's not your basic black dress. Which
That's
is
what she said she wanted. It's not basic black. Ladies, stand over there together so we can get a three-shot of these gorgeous guys. Now, do you feel like you would absolutely be the hit of the night in these? Oh, was this fun?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Wow, playtime here on us. Oh, good. Well, you look great. Have fun at your proms. Yeah, thanks, Catherine and Jane. Great job. Great job.
Fun.
Let's give them all a hand, everybody. They look fabulous. Back out in the audience. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Yeah, you look...
Hi, I'm Billy Gladden from South Carolina. I took Leeza to the prom 20 years ago. I'm here to surprise her. Coming up next.
Yes, I know you've all been lusting after my fabulous wrist corsage. So in this basket, I have wrist corsages and I have boutonnieres, guys. So let's just consider this to be the rapid-fire bonus round question and answer time. And if I like your question, I will give you a wrist corsage. Okay?
Wait, Leeza. First of all, before you ask any questions, take a look on your monitors because we have a little surprise for you.
I hate it when this happens.
We have your old prom picture.
Okay. Oh my gosh!
And hello. And your mother had a little trouble digging up this prom picture. So we decided we would make it one that you could never lose again.
What? You didn't do what? Oh no. Oh, that is the most awful thing I've ever seen. Oh my gosh.
And not only that.
That is really mean.
Not only
Look
that.
at Billy Gladden. BG will kill me for showing this
Not
picture.
only will he kill you.
He will.
Oh, get out of town. Get out of town. Oh my gosh. This is my prom day. This is my high school sweetheart. Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, how you doing?
Billy, everybody, this is Billy Gladden. BG, I love Billy because he was taller than me. Hey, BG, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, and
Who
you?
did this? Who did it, Brad? Who did this? Jenna.
It wasn't my fault. Don't look at me.
BG, now Billy and I were, will you tell the story? Billy and I were very serious about it.
Oh, yes. Very serious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We dated for, how many years?
I don't know. 4? 3?
We dated for 3?
5?
It was like 5
Okay.
years. I should say, Billy,
It's been so long ago, I can't remember.
I'm married to 2 kids. Billy's married. We have 4 kids now.
That's right, yeah.
Jeez. And see, it's always be careful about what you ask for. Billy and I were always going to get married. Do you remember this?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We were going to get married, and you wanted to live on a farm and have kids.
a bunch of kids.
And that's what you did.
I did. Got 4 of them.
Billy, look at you. My gosh, the years are like really kind to you.
Well, thank you. You
Didn't,
too.
You didn't look this good at our, No, I mean in that suit. And what was that get-up I was wearing? Were you embarrassed to be with me that night?
No. You know, you were the belle of the ball, as I recall.
These guys were all wanting to know what I was like, so tell the truth what I was really like in high school.
Well, she was a hippie. And she wasn't out of the loop.
Billy was like the star basketball player, and I was the head cheerleader, and it was, one of those, kind of things. And Billy, I'm so glad to see you.
Good
Has
to be
anybody got your wife is in the audience? They're giving me Your wife is in the audience? I've never met your wife.
You haven't?
No, I haven't. Well, let me guess. She'd be the one older than 18, I hope.
Yeah.
You are Billy's wife? Come on up here. Come on up here. Come on up here. My God. Billy, she's beautiful.
Well, thank you.
Now, it's Kim, isn't it? Because I've seen your picture with the kids, gorgeous kids.
Yes.
Can I just tell you some things about Billy?
Together.
We need to talk, actually.
Yeah.
Did you know that he had a pair of, come here, he had a pair of platform shoes about 5 inches high. They probably are in the picture. I want you to, does anybody have any Donna Summer music or any of that stuff? Let me tell you, this man could dance. He was the disco king. Does he still dance like that with you?
Well, we don't have a whole lot of time for that now. But
yeah, it's kind of, on the tractor and that daddy thing.
Well, we moved away from the tractor. We had too many kids, and we had to move to the big city.
I'm so glad to meet you. Thanks for sharing this with me. Can I tell you, if he's a good husband, it's because I broke him in for you. It's great to see you, Billy.
Good to see you.
We'll be right back.
Hooked on Phonics. Hooked on Phonics teaches you to read using flashcards, music, and books. It's colorful, musical, and fun. Learn to read with Hooked on Phonics. Call for more information. Hotel accommodations for the Leeza show are furnished by the beautiful DoubleTree Marina Beach Hotel. Marina Del Rey's only 4-diamond hotel, the DoubleTree Marina Beach Hotel.
I just want to point out to everybody, despite what it looks like in this photo, I was not pregnant. Is that right, Billy?
That's right.
This dress, what was I thinking? Fashion disaster. Why wasn't I smiling? Did I have braces at the time?
I don't think so.
I don't remember. We went through that phase, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You did have it.
Well, thank you for reminding me. Can I just put this boutonniere on you, BG?
You
Because
can.
let me tell you seriously, first of all, you were, as you know, my first love.
Whoa.
And you know that. And I can only say that there are only so many firsts we have to give away in life. And those of us who are lucky gave our hearts initially to people who took very good care of them so that we could then be, you know, happy in our lives after our time was through. So thank you. This is so sweet of you to surprise me. Kim, thanks very much for bringing him out. He's doing really well for an old guy. I want to say thanks to everybody. It has really been so much fun for me. You all look spectacular. I can only say we have punch here. It is not spiked. This is straight stuff. Make prom night just one to remember, and I hope you get a picture as good as mine with BG. Everybody, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.